Entertainment purposes only. We continue the morning series from 2022. Today I'm going to play the story and then do freestyle afterwards. Alright, yesterday I read the story. That was the one where I was inside the church. The next day, Encapsulate Our Minds. This is when you decide to overcome the egoic self. This is the in-between worlds.
Hey guys, Sean here. Got the story for today. Here we go. Encapsulate Our Minds, 8/15/2022, 373 days sober. Thank you, God. How has this world figured out how to encapsulate our minds to where the major majority of people don't believe they can create the life they want deep down inside? With this documentary, I am caught in between two worlds, new life self-belief or old life self-doubt, and I feel I don't belong in either. Deep breath, here it goes. Am I on the right path in believing I can become anything I want in life, like a top motivational speaker and a New York Times best-selling author? Or am I batshit crazy and need to be in a straitjacket locked up in a loony bin? Clinically insane and unsafe for myself because my belief will destroy me if I put too much pressure on myself, and the goals won't be reached before my sand in the hourglass expires, aka a breakthrough from God. Or you could say something substantial that I can see or touch. I believe in myself to help others through my story, but I still have very bad thoughts, if you know what I mean. I know faith is in sight unseen, and as a man thinketh, so is he. So all I can continue to do is to write the feelings and emotions as they come day by day. I will make it a point to write a story every day to let you know I am going through the struggles with you, my friend. Hashtag help each other. Thank you, God. Love you guys.
So can you see it, the power of the pen? I say there's a fine line between self-overcoming and self-destruction. This isn't for the faint-hearted. The power of the pen is only for the ones that want to control their life. Not easy. Not very many people can pull it off. But it is achievable. It is possible. But you got to really want it, because your whole life turns into crickets. It's isolation until it's not. I always say I'm batshit crazy until the day that I'm not. And that's the hope that keeps me going, is that someday it will be recognized of what I'm trying to do for the collective evolution of man, the expansion of consciousness, proving that we can all do it together, but we have to release the taught paradigm. That's the difficult thing. So let me flip the camera around and we'll get to it. All right, guys, got some notes written here. Reality is spiritual, not physical. Earth is a negative pole of heaven. All the 7 planets, there's 7 negatives and 7 positives. We can only see negative. I say it all the time. This world can only see negative or matter. We cannot see pure life, love, intelligence. We have a matter fixation. Everything is the fix recovery machines. Remember what I said? We clothe it in some type of material clothing. Molding of matter by mind. Mind molding matter into form. We do this to ourselves. Here's how we do it. Individuality is the root of egoism. The power of the individuality. Duality. The power is to see himself, is to know himself. That is what we do. This is once a passion to be separate. I talk about this before. To see a thing, it must become objective. Problems are not conscious or aware. Did you see my video I just posted about problems? The Will Smith, when they hit you with the thing? Where are your problems if they're erased? We do the problems ourselves. We hold on to them. To see a thing, it must become objective. The illusion of the separateness. The passion to be separate. The one guiding passion. By stepping out of divinity is the only way to enjoy the experience. It was your own will and imagination, the negative imagination. Separation from God or divinity is an illusion, but it must be experienced. To outgrow such an illusion, the sense of separateness is lost. The truth cannot be unseen. Only by falling into air will we learn to appreciate truth. I call it the pit boss. What you have to fall into. The first awakening is overcoming the devil. But that's just the beginning. That's just the trap. You have to go back to time and Chronos, Saturn. We have to slay the dragon of our own ego. Take back the heroic state, the personality. Man-made religion takes your role. They steal your role. You have to overcome the egoic self. You have to break the tie of the ego. Reverse the curse, the generational curse, the rebirth before Dionysus. Remember? Dionysus, Jesus, wisdom. You have to cut the guardian knot. I talk about this. Hang on one second. All right, we just did Encapsulate the Mind. We're going to go to day 48 of the 50-part series on spiritual awakening. This is that story. This is how you see to break the tie of the ego. Guess where it lands? Then it shows you how to cut the knot. Then you go back. The final step, day 50, day 49, day 50, is the curse of Zagreus, where they tear him apart. The only thing that's left is the heart. Can the heart be trusted? That's how you finish it off. But I'm going to play this today. Maybe it'll click today. You have to break the tie of the ego.
Hey guys, Sean here. Got the story for today? Here we go. Day 48. So guess where it lands? 11/25/2022, 475 days sober. Thank you, God. One of my favorite quotes on my wall is, "When an inner situation is not made conscious, it appears outside as fate." Carl Jung. This screams life is not fair to me. Which is true because some harvest doesn't produce, and man doesn't know the how or why. Think bad things happen to good people, or God works in mysterious ways. But that is microscopic in the big picture of things. Life is way more fair than we have been raised to believe. How I see it now, life is a dartboard with two sides. Let me explain. There is a line with universal laws, a positive with a divider in between of a negative. Universal law doesn't care if you understand it consciously or subconsciously. Whether it be thought or action, when it is produced from the mental factory, wherever it lands, that will be the judgment. Some people unconsciously come out of the gate, landing darts on the positive side with the not fair theory. Think shrewd businessman, or even better, asshole jerk type of guy that gets the girl. They are throwing confidence darts, and confidence is a positive emotion, so guess where it lands? Now most of us try to think positive, but underneath is usually worry, and worry is a negative emotion, so guess where it lands? Here is the kicker with universal laws. There is no tie goes to the runner. On the base path of life, negative outweighs positive. You are always out. I will sum it up from my childhood belief system in religion terms. I believed the gray beard in the sky was a miracle-working God who worked wondrous miracles for others. Positive thought. Followed by, but I am not worthy, or just not for me. Negative thought, aka gate is narrow, or workers are few. So guess where it lands? Hashtag help each other. Thank you, God. Love you guys.
So yesterday we finished up here with the Bible's extreme judgment. It withstands no comparison. This is how it works. Man-made religion's the cup holder. So, if true progress offends us, it means our faith is wrong. You have to overcome the fear, which is the illusion. The word, devil, is the reality. That's what you have to overcome. The tharsis, the cast spell, the words, the language. Self is the divider. I lost faith in the graybeard in the sky. That was the supreme step in absolute faith. The voluntary relinquishment of the polarized polarities. The problems are not conscious or aware. The illusion of separation. I had to go through it. And once you go through it, then you can see that it's all in the mind. The truth hurts, so we avoid it. All we can see is negative. So you have to dig through the sludge. I call it, you've got to get out of the pit. That's the first awakening, realizing that you created a bad guy to kick the shit out of yourself. Once you escape that, then the second awakening is the real opening of eyes, because the bad guy you created was just a mirage, a smokescreen. There's someone behind that. That's the second awakening. You just beat your pit boss, your sub-level, and now you start the game over. It's so hard to explain. But that's why I write every day. Everybody knows it, knows it's the truth. Am I better for society being delusional, writing at 4 o'clock in the morning, or fighting the devil, drinking, being a menace on the roads, drinking and driving, 3 DUIs? What do you think? But we refuse to go for our highest self version because the system says that I'm a shit bum. My ego says it. You're born into a long line of alcoholics. You can't make anything of yourself. Whatever your story is, you created it. The only person I'm fighting with is me. And that's why I write every day. I'm just telling you what held me in bondage, what held me back in life. And I decided to stand up against it. God is inside of you underneath your man-made religion. That's what held me in check. I don't know what holds you in check, but you have to figure it out yourself. Salvation's your own. I'll play that tomorrow. That was day 49, cutting the guardian knot. What holds you into bondage? And that's when you find out that it's wolves in sheep's clothing. But that's plenty for today. I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Hashtag help each other. Thank you, God.